21 billion. It has an underground drainage, 5 kilometers for...
No, less than 3 kilometers.
Less than 3 kilometers for 13.5 billion. You put that together, what do you have? About 30-something billion on 20 kilometers. The federal government is doing the east-west road. About the same 20 kilometers. And how much are they paying? How much was it awarded for? 13.5 billion. That means far, far, far less than 1 billion. That's why when the works minister came, Senator Dagash, he declared pointedly that he will never approve any payment above the federal government benchmark. Does it therefore mean that it's only Governor Okpabio that knows how to construct roads in the country? Road construction is not reinventing the wheel.
He has consistently maintained that roads built in Akwa Ibom State are built to last generations, and that they must be built to particular specifics. I've seen him on
yes,
TV.
He has only said that because...
I've seen him on TV argue this point.
Yes,
that's some special... Is it concrete or something?
Stone base, yes.
Yes, stone base. And that is...
no, he has only said that because he owns a quarry site in Cross River State. So that is why every contractor in Akwa Ibom State awarded contract for road construction must buy stone base from his quarry site. So
do you have proof of this?
Of course. So in Akampa, so he owns a quarry site there.
Let me
so
say
why
this.
that amounts to abuse of office because he's using public funds for personal gains.
Perhaps he owned it before he became governor.
No,
how
rich was governor before 2002? What was he doing?
He was a commissioner. Did he not serve in the Obongata?
And he could afford a quarry site of about 3 billion naira.
Before he became commissioner, he must have been doing something.
As a lawyer.
He's a lawyer of over 20 years.
But we need those proofs to say to that effect.
Benga, let me tell you. Godswill Akpabio was in the same jurisdiction as I am, Lagos, before he became commissioner. Not only do we know ourselves one-on-one personally, professionally we've had several encounters.
It's not easy for human rights activists like you to operate the same way other lawyers operate.
No. Before you become a human, we had similar training. We all went to law school, we know ourselves. Now, throughout his stay in Lagos, before his providential commissionership, by the magnanimity of Obong Victor Ota, what was his net worth?
Who will come to that?
What was his net worth? We know this. In Lagos, he came in, and between the time he was commissioner and governor, what is the reason behind the sudden transformation in his personal net worth? Why is he going to Europe, America, and UK every fortnight? He does not have a known medical condition that will attract medical attention. I make bold to declare here today that Governor Okpabio goes to these places every fortnight to oversee the siphon of monies that he has taken from Akwa Ibom.
That might be too difficult for you to prove.
No, I will
and
prove
I'm
that.
Sure that you know, as a lawyer.
I will prove that.
As a lawyer, he who asserts
must prove. We have proof, and we are sending it. We have sent it to the appropriate quarters, because there are bodies in this country that investigates graft and corruption. We have done that as a civil society organization. We make bold to challenge EFCC, ICPC to investigate the petitions that we have sent. Chief Imam Barisian has written severally. Do we have this on record? We will not hesitate to take out a writ of mandamus to compel them to do so. Or is it because there is a story that has currency now that Farida Waziri has been given a vehicle, a bulletproof Mercedes-Benz, worth several millions of naira from Akwa Ibom people? She has not denied the story.
She has.
If she has denied, then the proof must be there.
She has. And the governor's people have also come out to say that these same because the particulars were supplied in the advertorials, and the governor's people have come out to say that these particulars that have been supplied in these advertorials, that particular car is still in the governor's fleet. So the car couldn't be in two places at a time. It cannot be in the fleet of the governor and also be with the FCC chairman.
That is factually incorrect. The vehicle that is allegedly having been given to Farida bore a Lagos state registration number. And we ran a check on that.
And the EFCC chairman denied that.
Fine. Secondly, Akpabio called a press conference in Uyo and presented a similar vehicle, or everything the same. But trust us, we checked that with Daimler-Benz in Germany, and we found that that vehicle was not sold to... Bulletproof vehicles are not sold just across the counter to just anybody. They are specifically purpose-built.
Yes.
It can be traced. So this vehicle that was allegedly given out. One, which sub-head? We have checked the budget of Akwa Ibom State. There was no provision for that.
That's if you insist that a vehicle was actually...
A vehicle was given, and we are challenging AFCC. The standard of proof required by AFCC now, according to the chairman, is lifestyle versus net worth. It has completely reduced our work. Once a man's lifestyle and outstrips his legitimate income, then there is a need to question the source. The onus will now move to the man to establish how we got these things. Akpabio, I have told you before, lived with me in Lagos for several years. He had no house. So where is the money for all these houses? Where is it coming from? All the commissioners in the state, look at Julius Berger is building houses for them. Which subhead is it debited? Budget is meant for state implementation. There is no provision for that. So I am challenging the American government. I am challenging the British High Commission to verify in their countries that have been crying aloud corruption in Nigeria. They have a role to play to ensure that their countries is not abused as safe havens for corrupt loot. You must reject it. You must return it. Don't allow it to happen. So it will be here, and we have seen. This is how we used to shout about James Ibori. The truth has come out, and we are repeating the call now. Civil society will not be cowed. We will not be browbeaten. We will not chicken out in the face of tyranny, for it is only the coward that does that. We challenge you to explain his source of humongous wealth. Let me shock you a little bit. Governor Akpabio openly gave the former governor of Cross River State, then we were all in Cross River, Chief Donald Etiebet, $200,000 for medical treatment. It's understandable, former governor. But that same night, armed robbers visited his home and demanded for $200,000. And they got it. How did the information get out? Where Governor Akpabio's house is in a wet housing, where he operated from before he moved to government house, he bought adjoining land from the family of the Oyongs and paid $100 million for purchase of land to take them out and expand. Same night, armed robbers struck the family and demanded for $100 million, and they got it. Now, these transactions are not done on television. It's not for everybody to know. So how does this information go out? I'm warning people, if you take money from Akpabio, you know what to expect.
You talk. We'll come back to the issue of development.
Okay.
But let me take you back to something. I just got some additional information on, which is that the youth council that you mentioned earlier on, which you said was inaugurated by Governor Godswill Akpabio, and that is using it as a tool of oppression.
Yes.
I'm being told now that that youth council was actually inaugurated and had been in existence since the regime of Governor Victor Atta.
They finally should have said it here when they did.
No, but you must understand that the youth caucus he mentioned was inaugurated by the state governor. You have national...
Or is there a difference between youth caucus
yes, there is.
And youth council? Yes, so it's a clear case of nomenclature here.
Okay. We were talking about development now.
Yes.
Truly, it cannot be said that... Unfortunately, the last time, the time I visited Uyo,
yes,
which was sometime in December, it was my first time in Uyo. So I wouldn't know what Uyo looked like, under previous regimes, and what it looked like. But the roads that I saw, some of them, construction was still going on. They appeared new projects and all of that.
Yes.
There were projects that I also visited, which obviously were new projects. Like I mentioned, the flyover project. There was the library project, which the contractor then, one white man said will be ready in a couple of months. Then, of course, there was the governor's law. So, certainly it cannot be true that nothing had happened in the last 3 years under Godswill.
But you must understand that there were so many roads that were constructed at the twilight of the last administration. And I hope you were able to distinguish between those roads and the new ones.
Well, I saw the ones that construction
was ongoing.
Yes.
But I must also tell you, because I want to go to the issue of the independent power plan. We have pictures don't lie. Recently, because we understand Mr. President is visiting Akwa Ibom State. One of the projects to be commissioned is the independent power plan. We are already putting machinery in motion because we want to sue the state governor. He went to the independent power plant to destroy the plaque that identified this independent power plant. It was commissioned under the leadership of Olusegun Obasanjo, the former